Hey, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of Enjoy Your Life, the podcast. I'm your host, Farrah LaRae Wynn, and today we have a special guest, Miss Keiana Phillips out of Southern California. She is a fitness mentor. She's a mother, a wife, and a woman of God. Hey, Keiana, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on today's podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Today's topic is mental, physical, and spiritual health. Keiana's going to talk a little bit with us about her journey to good health, what made her want to become a fitness mentor, and a lot of other things today. So, Keiana, tell us about your journey and how you got your start in mentoring for fitness.
I don't know where to begin. I guess I've always had a love for health and fitness. I just didn't always know how to do it the right way. And after I battled a little bit with postpartum depression and just kind of feeling lost and disconnected from God, I was doing wedding planning before I had my son, and I thought that's something I wanted to get back into, but quickly realized God had another purpose for my life. And during the battle of overcoming postpartum depression, I stopped going to church. I kind of turned away from God. And when I was able to kind of catch my bearings through various struggles and get back on track with my faith in God, it's just amazing that He started to open the doors for me in the area of health and fitness. And it took, honestly, even a year before I knew what I was going to do, but it was definitely a calling, and I knew the wedding industry, as much as I loved it, it was no longer what I was meant to do post-baby. So that's essentially how I kind of stepped into the role of, getting into health and fitness, and more so it started with me taking care of myself and getting back in alignment with God and going back to church. That's where it all started.
Now, one of the things that I love about Keiana, I found her on Instagram. We're just talking about, we don't really know how we found each other. We just kind of did. I think it was divine connection, because there's not really a blueprint that we can trace back and be like, yeah, we found each other that way. But one thing I love about her is she's constantly encouraging and inspiring women through just her posts alone. She's not always telling you, hey, you need to go to the gym. Hey, you need to eat right. But she's posting her own journey and her day-to-day life and taking care of her son and being a wife to her husband. And that's one of the things that inspired me right away is I'm like, yo, this girl is consistent. Like, she's working out. She's making sure her son is good. Like, she's taking care of everything. Like, I just absolutely loved that. And she strives to live a healthy and balanced lifestyle, not just based on a diet or not just based on the latest trends of what people are saying you should do. But this is someone who has been consistent in that. And I totally appreciate you for that, Keiana.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
So I want to talk a little bit about the connection between physical and spiritual well-being.
Oh, man. It's so important, and you don't realize how important it is until, for me in my case, I have battled a lot with anxiety and panic attacks. And in constantly pursuing to be in alignment with God and to do things the most holistic route, and you have to take care of your body, physically, because when, our body is a temple, and when you're able to physically take care of yourself, it helps you mentally, and you're better able to also focus on your walk with God. Because really, when I was in the midst of postpartum depression, and when I was going through that season, I knew I needed to work out, but I wasn't. And then on top of it, I knew I needed to focus on God, but I wasn't. I was eating unhealthy, and it's like I couldn't wrap my head around all the things I needed to do, because physically physically my body was just so out of whack, and I felt so lousy. You know, you're not going to have that energy to get up and A, study, or B, work out. So it's been such an amazing journey to get back on track, way better than I was even before I had my son, because I'm really focused on like nutrition now, and you know, I'm doing my best to continue to learn and grow in that area, you know, so I can better help like other women and to continue to grow my business. But it starts with me and making sure that I'm taking care of my body, I'm eating right, and you know, like you said, there's no perfect diet. You know, everyone's bodies are different. But I can say without a doubt, when, you know, you're taking care of your body, you're eating well, everything will line up. And it will be such an easier, I guess, avenue for you to also, like, grow spiritually, because you're feeling good and you're able to clearly see, like, God's purpose for your life, which I couldn't see clearly when I wasn't feeling well, if that makes sense.
Postpartum is something that I learned about with one of my best friends. My mom has always talked about it. My sister-in-law spoke about it, but I didn't really understand the fullness of it, just because I wasn't old enough to understand. You know, some women have it, some women don't. Some women deal with it before, during, or after their pregnancy. So I didn't really understand what postpartum was until my best friend. Pregnancy, you can see. You can understand not to aggravate a woman because she's probably uncomfortable, or you see, you know, she goes through different emotional stages as being pregnant and all of that. Those are visual things that we can see. But when someone is saying they're dealing with postpartum, if you've never experienced that, you don't really know what it is. You don't really understand it because it's not a visual thing. I saw also when it started to break, because she started, you know, we both started doing our little workouts and getting healthy, and she started getting her life back. And I think it's super important. Like I said, I'm not a mom yet. You know, one day I hope to have 1 billion and 39 kids. But I see how difficult it can be for a mom to balance, you know, coming out of postpartum or even dealing with it naturally and spiritually, as well as taking care of their children and working and exercising and making sure they're, you know, having good nutrition. So can you talk a little bit about how you personally juggle all of that, and maybe give some advice to those who are probably going through something like that right now?
Yeah, well, I'm still learning to juggle everything. And with the postpartum depression, I know it looks different for a lot of people. You know, a lot of women, it shows up in different ways. And like you said, it can show up during pregnancy, you know, after. And so it's different, you know, it's definitely different stages for it. For me, it was just, I just felt lost. And I just felt very unbalanced in my life. And so for me to be able to kind of get back to balance these things as best as I can, and, you know, you know, your walk with God is an everyday thing, as well as living a healthy lifestyle. That's an everyday thing. Right. You know, I don't want women that I help in the area of health and fitness to ever feel like, you know, it's a diet and then that's it. Like, no, it's a lifestyle. It's a journey that you're on constantly, choosing to eat right, choosing to get up and pray, choosing, you know, to go to church and to fellowship. All of these things are, you know, we have to make these choices continuously every day, even when you don't feel like it. So what I've learned, I also read a lot of personal development, and that has kind of helped in the area to kind of snap back when I am falling into old habits, and I'm always sure to listen to things that are going to inspire me so that I can better juggle things. And I do home workouts that, you know, I could technically do anywhere, at home, in the gym. So balancing working out with an almost 3-year-old, I do it at home in front of him, and sometimes he'll join in, and, you know, and again, it's also planting those seeds so that he understands health and fitness, you know, even at his age, and he understands, like, you know, what growing up with a mom that was active, and, my husband, he's getting back into the gym, and so it's more so, I guess, the juggling act, I feel, is more so about just making a choice every day to do what you have to do. And, there's no diet that's perfect. There's no, you kind of have to try different things that will help your body. You have to do different workouts that are going to get you the results that you need to do. And it's just making the choice to continue to move forward every day. And I guess that's the best way I can explain, how I kind of balance everything.
Wow. No, that's a really great way to explain it. Something that hit me a little bit that you said is like making the choice to fellowship, making the choice to be present with other people and be involved. Like, you really do have to be aware and be intentional about those kinds of things. And I think it's the same thing with, I don't know if there's different types of depressions. I've never really researched any of that, but grieving the loss of my best friend, I had to be intentional about certain things. Like, hey buddy, get up, make sure you pray, make sure you go, go for your morning walk, make sure you do this and that, make sure you interact at church today, make sure you're present at work, So I think it's weird how it just clicked for me just listening to you talk, that it is very similar, what I did go through with, a very small scale of postpartum, just because I know there's other physical things that you have to deal with that I haven't had to deal with, but I do understand. I want to know, for our listeners, are you a certified fitness coach, or are you working towards that, or how can we connect with you where you can mentor us in that area?
Oh my goodness, I'm going to reveal to all of your listeners, I'm actually working on my first certification.
Yay!
I do have a business that I am technically a health coach through, and I do have a website, that people can go through, and I will send you the link for that. But I am continuing to, again, expand my knowledge and learning and growing. So I am working on my first certification to get certified as a nutrition coach.
Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you. So
That's
I'll be
wonderful.
doing a lot of studying lately.
Yes. And can everyone follow you on Instagram? You guys want to be connected with her on Instagram. I'm just going to say that because number one, it's super inspiring. She posts her scriptures, she posts her workouts, her meals, her family. I'm just like, girl, you better go. You better do your thing. So how can we connect with you on Instagram?
On Instagram, my handle is Manifold Strength.
Can you spell that for us?
And again, Manifold Strength. That's MANIFOLD and then Strength. And my Facebook is Keiana Phillips. KEIANA and then Phillips. PHILLIPS.
Yes. So we're so excited. Everyone, please go connect with her and stay inspired and lifted, and just let her bless your soul like it does mine every single week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and God loves you so much more. We will catch you in the next podcast. God bless. When you find happiness within, there's no place you can go.